Hi guys, Reynold here. Today I'm participating in the PvP tournament that's sponsored by the Amazon store, and I'm gonna have just an influencer match with someone before the tournament begins. I'm not an actual participant in the tournament, but I did want to set up a team that would be both fun, not all meta units, and still quite competitive, and this is what I came up with. So I want to test it in Arena before the tournament. I'll be publishing this after the tournament, so, you know, there will be a bit of a time lapse here. But let's go ahead and show you the team quickly. We have Halloween Fred. She's there because it's all an evasion-oriented team. The way we've set her up is she uses Re-Raise first, then an evasion up buff. So for this, we had to turn off Ready to Engage. We also had to turn off one of the Dragoon ability, Dragoon Standard, because she uses that way too early. And she's set for maximal evasion with Shadow Runner, and then some defense penetration with Duelist Mastery. Second, we have start with Helena. She also has her AoE buffs turned off, so we don't have Stella Maris, so she begins with Courage, and then Evasion buff on turn 2. She also has the Azure Successor sub-job, just so we have more AoE attacks in her options, because I find that to be pretty important. You can tell we don't have very offensive setup. We have Luck up VC, Evasion up VC, and then a little bit of offense and accuracy. We are banking on chains to do our damage. Every single one of our units has slash attacks, and they're going to chain together to kill the enemy, hopefully. Finally, we have Rafale. She is there with a lot of luck, 4 at 70, by far the highest luck we have on our team. And I've turned off the target share because, again, I don't want AoE buffs. I want them to increase their survivability as much as I can. So she's going to use Bells on turn 1, and then if she has time, she's going to use Target. Otherwise, she's going to move to the enemy team. I hope she's going to use Dispel Spread to remove their hate, so we can ignore the tank and move on to other targets. It's especially important because H-Fred does not have a lot of AP with that setup. She saves a little bit with the Mythic Raven Blade, but that's it. She will run out very quickly compared to the other units on our team. Let's go and fight! Okay, let's go here. Double Ice and Dark. The Dark unit has an accuracy up setup, and then Jeume has guaranteed hits. What I'm very scared of is Jeume killing our Halloween Fred with her guaranteed hit, because Halloween Fred is pretty damn squishy and pretty damn weak to wind. So that could happen. The other guys, they'll probably take this hit pretty well. I hope if she does get taken out by that attack, at least her re-raise allows her to stand one more, and maybe she'll be fine thanks to that. Something I like about our team is the fact that since we don't have that much mobility, we might have the time to cast 2 buffs, and if that's the case, then our second buff is an evasion buff right away. Which, you know, 25% is a pretty huge deal, especially when the hit chance is already less than 100 beforehand. But in this setup, we begin by attacking on turn 2, unfortunately. So, start Helena will hit less hard than in other matches. They are all light resistant because of the map, but it doesn't really matter. She's setting up a chain, which helps whoever caps up on her attack finish the enemy in one hit. And here, limit breaks are typically pretty expensive, but with the Myth Raven Blade, it's a lot less of an issue. Wow, what a tanky Tifa. It takes 3 hits to take her down. I wonder what her total defense was, but it must have been very high. So there we go, we're taking a Meteor from Golbez, and even though he's in a rather accurate setup with his VC, he misses, so it takes a Stormwind Rend from Jeume to land the hit, which is great. She's been hitting our Ice unit, and it didn't really do much. Now we have time to cast the Evasion up buffs, and Golbez has to find a way to hit our units. Well, we'll see if he finds it. We're going to start hitting their tank, and I think it's going to take a while to take Jeume down. She is a very bulky lady, and especially against physical attacks, which is most of what we do. And then as I say that, she decides to increase her bulk even more. So we're going to start using some magic attacks, which unfortunately for us don't chain. And yeah, the way this is going, I feel like it's going to take a very long time before Jeume goes down. Fortunately, the enemy team cannot seem to find any purchase on ours. They keep just missing us, and eventually we have the bright idea of dispelling her hate, which she immediately renews because she seems to have a very intelligent AI. But there we go, finally goes down. We can move on to Golbez, who still hasn't landed a single hit. I thought he was accurate with a Black Rose VC, but I guess not. So Helena goes to him, finally takes him down. Alright, okay first match. So things went too well for match number 1, so let's target a full Dark team with 2 people that have accuracy up buffs and an accuracy up vision card. Now, I can't really foresee this going well. They also have the map ability that gives them extra damage, so I guess we'll see. If we do get a couple dodges, they'll probably be lucky dodges, but if we do, then we might be able to kill them because they're not the most bulky of teams. But yeah, I think they'll take our guys out in a single hit, maybe two if we're lucky, so I definitely expect a large amount of damage coming in. Now, we do have a little bit of leeway. They didn't use the accuracy buff right away, and maybe, hopefully, we'll be in front of them by the time they have time to use one. But maybe not, because they decided to Keyblade to, you know, throw the turn order in shambles. So we have Bells on Rafal, but I think she'll just die right now to the enemy Runestern's attack. Barrier Breaker? Nope, misses, yeah. So because they, he's so forward, they actually didn't have time to use an accuracy up buff, and so we dodged 2 in a row, wow. Alright, I know they don't have Alexandrite rings and other pieces of accuracy up equipment, but I certainly did not expect that much evasion from our team. Looks like being a rainbow team doesn't really matter if you can't get hit. So we're gonna hit the enemy Kain. He's surviving the first attack, and I really hope that Rafal will be able to reach him to finish him off before he can hit us. He is a very accurate unit. Okay, we proc the Courage, but then he's disabled. We do get a side attack, though, from enemy Runestern, which takes the first life out of Helena. And then, well, we're gonna take a spell to the face very shortly. I wonder if Helena walked out of the spell's area. She could not. It was a guaranteed hit attack, so can't really walk out of a single target hit. Now, the blind, if it lands on Runestern, will be extremely useful. I don't think we'll kill him in one go, but if he misses us because of the blind, it's more than worth it to use that ability. So there we go. Yeah, he has to use a buff because he has 0% hit chance, which is great for us because we can actually dispel that buff he just put with the Dispel Spread. He still can't hit us. Doesn't really matter if he's dead, though. So at that point, Black Rose Helena uses the Hex. It seems like she's lending it. Nope, misses both again. What is going on with our team? I wonder if we're just getting really good RNG or if we are actually that evady. So defense down, followed by normal attack, and we win that one as well. Whew. Well, we've done 2 fun matches. Now let's go for a mono win. They have Jeume and 2 very strong units. What I'm most scared of is the fact that Winter Luartha has an accuracy up buff. So again, chances are good that they will be lending these hits this time around. But we do have the advantage that a unit that runs forward the most on our squad is Rafal, so she should be the first one getting hit, and if that's the case, she can probably take 2 to 3 hits before going down, just because of the elemental advantage. So that's really what we'll be banking on, and then hopefully Rafal uses Dispel Spread on Jeume so we can aim for the others, because we saw in a previous match how many attacks it takes us to take Jeume down. And that could definitely be an issue. So there we go. As we feared, they used the accuracy up buff, and so we're going to take some spears from Winter Luartha. I don't really care about the accuracy up buff on Jeume. She has guaranteed hits anyways, but Luartha's attacks are very strong, and she could very well remove Halloween Fred from the board before she does anything. The blind from Halloween Fred has been pretty instrumental in our wins, but yeah, I guess we'll see how that whole thing follows up. So great, Jeume uses up a great deal of AP on an attack that doesn't do much for us, and then we start building a chain on Tifa. It will take 2 hits, or 2 attacks should I say, just to take her Courage out, so she's not going down anytime soon. But here Halloween Fred should be able to follow up on that. Oh, Rafal goes down. Yep, Rafal goes down to the attack. Very accurate attack from Winter Luartha. This is where things are going to start going downwards, I think. Halloween Fred goes for 1 more hit, lands the blind, but doesn't do a whole ton of damage. I find that her damage has been pretty lackluster on Tifa so far. I wonder if it's the single target resistance from her VC that's doing such a huge job. There we go, we're going to start hitting Prog the Courage, finally. And then Winter Luartha uses Masterful Melody again. I wonder if it's because she wasn't in range or if her accuracy just wasn't enough. Unfortunately for us, they are able to use a guaranteed hit from Jeume, and it does one-punch H-Fred. She has Re-Raise, and a blinded Tifa who's likely to miss. Yeah, Tifa just skips her turn because she can't land a hit, so that's good. But at that point, Luartha throws a spear, misses even with the accuracy up buff. Alright, we might be able to make something happen here. Jeume's out of AP, misses, Tifa still blind, still can't do much. Alright, we just need Luartha to miss us again, but now she's got a ton of AP, so it's a little bit less likely to happen. And unfortunately for us, Starlet Helena also runs out of AP. Now this is where things start being a real problem. So she uses the AoE attack, it does hit Starlet Helena. At that point, okay, Razor's Edge, we're still trying to take Jeume down, and that lady does not want to leave the battlefield. So let's see, Star Supernova hits both, unfortunately not enough damage to take Luartha down, and she still has those super accurate attacks that she can throw. Doesn't really matter, I feel like her accuracy up buff has worn out by now. There we go, Tetrasulfide Evocation. I don't think that's going to do a lot of damage, so I feel like that's also kind of a wasted turn from us. I know Jeume is fairly low on HP, hopefully it takes her down, but I kind of wish we just generated some AP here. Yeah, oh, never mind, it actually does take her down, that's all we needed. Helena, just use a basic attack. Nope, she decides to get countered and dies. Very, very bad. We're left with an Earth unit who is trying to fight the enemy Jeume. Let's see if we can make a miracle happen. One hit, we're getting a bit of an advantage, and oh, she can't hit us now that she has the accuracy down, so we just end up winning. Wow, alright. Consider me impressed, Rainbow Evasion team. You're doing a great job. So now we have, I would say, a very strong Dark team. Maxed out VCs all around. They're going to be very powerful. The AoE resistance I don't think will be that impactful, but again, I'm very scared of the extra accuracy they have from one of their VCs. Our saving grace is the fact that none of them are very accuracy equipped. No Alexandrite Ring and etc. I'm not purposefully picking teams that don't have those, but it would make a huge difference. Anytime they try an attack, that means they have at least some hit chance, so imagine slapping another 40% on top of that from Alex Ring, and yeah, they're gonna hit 1 out of 2 times, and that's where it really would go wrong. But so far, I don't know. I've been winning all the fights since I've started trying this team out, so I guess it's performing better than I would have anticipated. Duane has hate, he is pretty damn bulky as well, but so are the other guys. So against this team, I think one of our biggest issues is we'll just run out of AP way too early. Oh boy, Umbral calling on all 3 as well. This is looking to be a painful beginning. So we hit Duane, 2 hits, doesn't do a whole lot, and we're not able to follow up with our positioning. But we still group in a way where they can hit all of us. I think this is the worst possible start we could get. Enemy Black Rose misses both, and I think the enemy Duane has 0% hit chance because he didn't even try to attack. So at that point, we're going to remove their Umbral Calling and keep dodging. Okay, it is not what I expected would happen. I really thought they would start landing all their hits very early on and we'd be in trouble, but it seems like I was mistaken. I guess without an accuracy setup, enemies just can't land a hit on us. Probably the power of the Winter Coat we're seeing right here. So we take Duane out, Golbez is still there, Black Rose Judgment is going to hit, takes us out, even though it's not even a Dark Elemental attack, I think. But it doesn't really matter. 2 people on our team have 2 lives, which is kind of a safety margin. It's so hard for them to get a single hit off that if they need to do that several times, we are in a very comfortable position. So there, Black Rose uses another guaranteed hit. They do take Helena out for good this time, but we still have quite a bit of AP on Fred, so a 2-hit attack, starting to build a chain, and there, hopefully Rafal's going to cap that chain and finish her off. Nope, uses Arm Shot, but it's enough to kill, so I'm not going to complain. We made it again. Let's take one more win team, but this time we're fighting an enemy team that has the Lock-Up VC, which should make a huge difference in the setup. And then if they can't hit us, but we can't hit them either, we're still not in a great spot. And our team is not outfitted for accuracy. We have the Lock-Up everywhere, but that's it. I think the one unit that's going to be very accurate, just because of how insanely high her luck is Rafal, because she's using a Lock-Up Esper, so that's going to help her. But that's it. The others might miss the enemy team a couple times, and then we've seen what Jeume can do to Halloween Fred, taking out one of our strongest attackers. So I don't see this matchup favorably, but you know what? We just won 4 in a row. So first, I'm fine with losing, but also maybe I'll be surprised by the way we perform. Zombie Transformation is definitely important on Halloween Fred in a matchup like this, where enemy has 1 guaranteed hit that can't take her out. But I guess we'll see how it happens. So enemy Tifa, not in range yet, uses Unparalleled Strength, which is a very powerful buff for her. And then our Startup Helena is in front. I hope that the enemy Jeume will waste all her AP hitting just her in a guaranteed hit. If she doesn't use a guaranteed hit on Halloween Fred, that gives us a little bit of leeway. That's very important for the rest of the match. Also, they just don't use a guaranteed hit at all and miss. Wow. It's hugely to our advantage there. Enemy to be also misses. Okay, well, do we hit or do we miss? I guess this is what it comes down to. We use Dispel Spread, and we hit, and we remove the hate from Startup Helena, which is very important. At that point, we have the chance to keep attacking. I'm not sure we removed all the hate, because we're still targeting Jeume. If we do blind her, it will force her into using her guaranteed hits, but until... Oh, we just don't get the blind. But it would have forced her to use, basically, probably buffs until then, because she would have been missing all of her previous attacks. So far, we haven't really missed an attack on them, but I guess now it comes in. With the illusion buff, we're not able to guarantee our hits every time. We actually missed the enemy to be twice in a row. So yeah, at that point, not great. Oh boy, was that 4 misses in a row on 2B? I guess it's balancing out now. Enemy 2B will keep hitting, miss our Fred, great, so we're not losing Fred just yet. And I guess we use the guaranteed hit from Rafale. There we go. That's one way to take down the Evadie 2B. And I guess this is shaping up to be a victory. I was kind of afraid because that was not a weak squad that we were targeting at all. But for some reason, we just have way too much damage for them. We're going to Dispel again. Does not remove Protect and Shell, unfortunately for us. And at that point, we're going to see the Demon Chimera evocation. These long fights where we don't have the damage to take out the enemy team are where we see the weirdest of abilities. She renews her hate again. I guess her AI just really prioritizes maintaining hate over anything else, which is a great thing for a tank unit like her. But yeah, eventually our magic attacker, Startup Helena, is enough to take her down. Okay, guess we're winning all of them. So that was it. I'm not at the top of the arena ladder right now. I think we finished the match at in the top 2,000. So naturally not the hardest, most powerful teams, but still a surprising performance from a team that was put together without any elemental affinity or a lot of offense in the vision cards. It just performed much better than I thought it would. Hey, hopefully you guys found this interesting. I was just having fun with the team and thought I'd share it. Let me know your thoughts. Rainbow Evasion. Very, very fun. But thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.